welcome to another episode of the Crispy Noodle Podcast. Let us be the Crispy Noodle in your vegetarian salad of life and boring news. I'm Rich Liebig.
And I'm Mike Costanzo.
And we have the most interesting tidbits in world sports, entertainment, and odd news for your plate here on the week after Thanksgiving, heading officially now into December. Officially now we can celebrate the holidays. The trees behind us. We got there's other Christmas decorations behind me.
The halls are all decked.
Yes, so you're decked out here.
Yep.
But we're in the home stretch now. We are only a couple weeks away from the holidays, and that'll be looking fun to look forward to. But before all of that happens, Mikey, how was Thanksgiving? How was your past weekend's holiday?
It was good. It was, oh man, we had so much food. And it was just
I wouldn't expect anything less.
Yeah, it was quite the laid back holiday. Nothing too wild or crazy happened. Just had a lot of food, a lot of good times. We took a chance to go up to the Christkindl Mart in Bethlehem.
Oh, that's a drive.
The big German Christmas market that they have there.
Yeah.
At the Guten Tag. At the Steel Stacks in Bethlehem, PA. So that was a lot of fun. They have, all these different vendors from just everywhere. And anything you could imagine, they have handcrafted artisan foods and, kitchenware stuff and, little knickknacks and lots of like little handcrafted wood ornaments and things. So that's always fun. So we got a chance to head up there and check that out. Spent way too much money on food and handcrafted ornaments.
just like a good American.
Yeah, just like a good American participating in the season of giving and spending. But yeah, it was just a very laid back, nice little extended weekend there for me.
All right, there you
go.
And
how about you? What did you get up to during your Thanksgiving holiday?
Yeah, lots of eating.
Yeah.
I love Thanksgiving.
I know it's one of your favorite holidays.
It really is. You just eat, you watch football.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand people don't like this holiday.
Like I said last week, it's a very simple holiday in the fact that you just sit somewhere for like 5 hours and just eat constantly. There's nothing else to it.
It was so good that my mom threw a second Thanksgiving.
Oh,
my mom got enough points at the grocery store or whatever. She got
like
another turkey.
Nice.
So she's like, well, I might as well cook it. Like, what am I going to do? Like,
if you got turkey, you might as well make it.
Yeah. So we ended up having a second Thanksgiving dinner on Sunday during the Eagles game.
Nice.
I'm like, this is great. Let's keep this going. How many turkeys can we knock off?
My family used to do that too. So I have two cousins who have a birthday in early December. And we used to do Thanksgiving, and then for their birthday, we would do Thanksgiving again, like 2 weeks later. It's a great idea. More people should do it.
I just have a quick question, though, on your family.
Sure.
Because your family, you have a lot of birthdays that happen around holidays.
Yeah, we just have a lot of birthdays that we celebrate like every single birthday.
Right, but you have always mentioned you felt like you've gotten screwed because your birthday is so close to the 4th of July.
Yeah.
So you just get stuck with barbecue no matter what it is. It's always hot dogs and hamburgers.
I never get to choose my food. Like other people, I've heard I've heard tall tales that people get to decide where to eat and what they get to eat for their birthday dinner. Not me.
And I've been waiting all week to have a hot dog and a hamburger.
Yeah, and your dad outright just makes the decision.
I had the audacity to ask for lasagna. You thought the sky was falling.
Yeah.
They're like, you can't have pasta on your birthday.
Do these cousins that
they choose Thanksgiving?
They actually do choose Thanksgiving food.
Yeah, my older cousin he chooses Thanksgiving food. Back when we used to do double Thanksgiving, he would choose Thanksgiving food. Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah. So he's not one of the.
I see where you were going there.
Yeah.
Is it just like are they just like save a part of the Thanksgiving dinner, just like freeze it and serve it 2 weeks later? No, he chooses. We used to have a full second Thanksgiving.
Wow.
Every year, yeah.
But he wanted it.
He wanted it.
See,
yes.
I feel like you get stuck with it.
Luckily I enjoy hot dogs and hamburgers, but yeah, I get stuck with it.
And I've been waiting all week to have a hot dog and a hamburger.
Do you choose your birthday food? Like, do you?
Yeah, I mean,
because I ask because I literally don't get a choice.
So mine's weird. My birthday is in April.
Right.
And the only scenario is when Easter's late.
Oh, yeah.
And that did happen.
And then you don't get a choice.
2 years ago.
It's whatever Easter dinner
Right.
is.
Easter fell on my birthday.
Right.
And
you're like, sorry, Bob, you're getting, I don't know about you guys. We do ham and lamb. You get ham and lamb.
Yeah. Yeah, that Jesus fella came over and took over my breakfast dinner.
What a jerk.
Yeah. So other when that happens, I'm usually in the clear to pick whatever I want for my birthday dinner.
That must be nice.
Yeah. Sorry. I don't know what to tell you. You got born in the wrong month.
You know, it's funny because I hate the summer. Everyone's like, let's eat outside. I'm like, could we do
no, thank you.
Almost anything else?
Yes.
like could we do almost anything else?
How about a big bag of no? But now here's the thing. Do they help you out though with that?
Oh, I don't do a thing.
But no, you say you don't want to eat outside. They
I don't. No, I sit inside.
All right, good, because it's your birthday.
Wherever anybody else wants to sit, that's on them. They can sit outside. They can sit inside. They can sit on top of the roof for all I care. I'm sitting in the air conditioning because it is always like 90 degrees on my birthday.
Yeah.
Full sun.
Right.
And it's not full sun. It's like a steamy, muggy, like summer rain, and it's like it's never It's
okay. Good.
Yeah,
that should be respected.
Yeah. I don't even get to choose my cake a lot of the times.
Wait, what about the cake?
It's ice cream cake. It's always ice cream cake.
But it has there's no other option.
Everybody loves ice cream cake. I mean, I can try to ask for different. I can try to ask for different cakes.
Yeah, you need to rebel. You need
recently we've been doing 2 cakes. But like if there's not ice cream cake, people get upset. And I'm like, what the hell, guys? You know?
Why can't you guys just have regular ice cream and then your cake?
Because I mean,
like, is it the actual ice cream cake?
It's this ice cream cake that my mom makes, and it is legitimately.
Your mom makes it.
Yeah, it is legitimately really good, and I enjoy it, and people just really love it. So I'm like, all right,
they're spoiled.
I like it. They like it. It's a thing that we've been doing. So we just have to have the ice cream cake. You know.
What would you do if it wasn't ice cream cake?
I don't even know. People ask these questions. I have no idea. Probably some type of like Italian. I think it's the Italian love cake with the. I think it's got the cream cheese like filling in the middle.
Yeah,
something like that. I like red velvet.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Would you ever go pie?
Pie? But is birthday pie a thing?
Some people do.
Can you pull off a birthday pie?
Some people do. Some people don't like cake, which is weird. I know.
Yeah. No, so here's the thing. I love very specific types of pie. But if you ever offer me pie or cake, I'm almost always taking cake.
Yeah.
Like it's pumpkin pie, sweet potato pie, pecan pie, there's apple pie. There's 4 types of pies I really like. But like all cakes surpass the pies.
Yeah.
What about you?
If it's
like, would you do a birthday pie?
If it's my birthday, no, I want cake.
Okay. Yeah.
If it's another social situation, I may go pie because I do love a good pie.
So you would opt for pie
in a different
in other
social gathering.
If offered cake and pie, you're going pie.
I may go. I know it depends on what I'm feeling.
Wow.
I do not discriminate. I like.
Yeah, let's get one thing clear. You could offer me any kind of dessert, and I'm eating it like a slob.
But I will say, if it's distinctly my birthday,
right.
It's cake.
It's cake. It's got to be cake, right? Yeah.
Yeah. You want to get the extra fat and sweetness.
Whipped or buttercream frosting? There's only one right answer. I want to know if you know the right answer.
The buttercream frosting.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Who picks whipped?
Yeah, nobody.
Nobody. It's not sweet enough.
Yeah.
Some people out there don't like icing. I don't know who.
Yeah, who's that?
My parents. Anyway.
Well, your dad.
I said that with such disdain.
Your dad's ready for the hot dogs and hamburgers.
I know. He's not thinking about the cake.
Right. That's actually why he celebrates your birthday. He actually doesn't care how old you are. He just wants his hot dogs and hamburgers.
And I've been waiting all week to have a hot dog and a hamburger.
Yeah. You know, mathematically, we could not be further away from my birthday at this point in time.
I guess you're right. Yeah. I mean, we're 5 or 6 months?
Yeah.
5 months?
How do you do it? 5 months. Yeah.
Well, I guess New Year's would be the furthest.
New Year's would be the actual furthest. Yeah.
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 Your birthday actually.
I don't know how we got on my birthday.
Your birthday is actually like the halfway point of the year.
It's perfect. I've always said like it's great.
You are the halftime of the year.
Yeah, I get gifts in the middle of the year and at the end of the year. It's perfect. Some people, depending on when your birthday is, like some people have like I know Jordan's dad's birthday is the same week as Christmas. Like that sucks for him.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, here's your gift. He's like, which one is it? And they're just like, yes.
Yeah.
You know?
But you do get a lot of gifts then that week.
You
or
do.
you got a really big gift.
You do, right.
You
exactly.
can cash in on
but the rest of the year is just barren. There's nothing.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. So
That's rough.
this is the gambling you have to do in your head. This is the risk reward.
Like you have any say over your birthday.
Yeah.
You're like, no, make it in the summer months. Doesn't work that way.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how we got on birthdays, but there we go.
don't know.
What a way to kick off the introduction. I was trying to do Thanksgiving talk, and then we went to birthdays.
I don't know how we ended up doing.
We got to replay this.
We got to figure out how that. But Thanksgiving was good.
Yes, and I was happy I got a second Thanksgiving. I think somewhere in that path line we dove off.
Oh, because my cousin's birthday is Thanksgiving dinner. I don't get the
there we go.
We found the 6 degrees of separation.
There we go.
But to bring it back to Thanksgiving, Jordan made 10 pounds of macaroni and cheese.
Whoa! All right, that's some
had to be in
serious
2
weight.
separate containers, but yeah, over 10 pounds of mac and cheese.
There you go.
That was insane. We were eating that for like basically almost a whole week straight.
Yeah, I'm still not done our leftovers. And I think I just got more too. My mom gave me more leftovers.
I'm at least.
Oh, I'm burping the turkey burps already.
I'm at least 70% just carbs. Because
right now, yeah.
I focus on the stuffing, the mac and cheese, the mashed potatoes. Like turkey's fine, but Thanksgiving is a sides meal for me.
Everything's great. I love everything. As long as the turkey's, cooked well, got some skin on it,
Ooh,
gravy,
yeah, nice skin, some gravy. Oh man.
Okay, yeah. All right, stop. I'm having conflicting messages. My stomach says no mas,
No,
and then my mouth is watering.
Your stomach says no, but your heart says yes.
Yes. All right. So we need to drop the Thanksgiving talk.
Yeah.
Because there is stuff that did happen during the week before we got to all the dinners and stuff. So let's go into the news and the headlines with the first batch of topics that we cover here on the Crispy Noodle podcast revolving around sports in the Sports Sampler.
So you're not good at sports. It's a very small part of life.
Sports.
In your face. Ha ha! Sports coming at you in your face. And this is a story that I texted Mike because I thought it was a very interesting little wrinkle that I read in a what was it? I think it was the New York Post. It was one of the newspaper headlines that I get my feeds from, and I just happened to mention it to you, Mike, and you were very curious about talking about it. So any non-football topic I'm very interested in that I can pull you away from the NFL, and this one did it for you.
Yeah. I love weird rules.
Yes. You know what? I'm just going to double check. I want to, because this was a legit article. I'm not making this up. I just want to pull the source that I had from it. New York Times. Yes. Thank you very much.
That's a good source.
Had it in my history.
That's a good source.
Okay. So with an interview with the MLB commissioner, Rob Manfred, he mentioned that there were owner meetings, and hey, look, this is something you got to give football props. I think they are learning from the NFL that they have to have discussions on how to improve the game. I mean, this is where the pitch clock came in.
I think we said it just last week that the NFL, or a few weeks ago, that the NFL is committed to constantly changing and evolving the game to make it more fun to watch. And I love when sports do that, when they evolve and they change to make it more approachable, fun, And why don't we just get into the rule itself here?
Yeah, so he was talking about what was being floated at the owners' meetings, and he mentioned that something that got some buzz during the meeting and got some traction with owners is this proposal for a golden at-bat scenario.
Yeah, that's the work in progress name.
Yeah, they got to come up with a better name than that. I think it's kind of weak.
But the idea itself is pretty cool. And
yes,
from what I understand, basically is once per game, managers can take any batter of their choice and sub them in, regardless of the batting order or whatever substitutions have been made. They can just stick whatever batter up at the plate.
Yes.
Whenever.
No matter, you get one wild card. This is
Right.
it. You get to pull out this wild card moment where you get to put in any batter on your lineup right into that batter's box at this moment, and then whatever he does happens, and then you go back to the batting order as normal.
I'll say this: when you sent me this text describing this, in my mind, I'm like, this feels like a literal real life video game cheat code.
Yes.
You punch in a button
Yes.
sequence, and all of a sudden, all the players have like big heads and bat perfectly. It feels like that. You put in a code, and all of a sudden, boop, you get whatever player you want up there.
Ken Griffey automatically hits home run the next pitch.
But I kind of like it.
Yeah, you're digging this.
I really do. I dig it, and I think that there's like a few different scenarios where you could see something like this be really beneficial. You mentioned a couple, like obviously a last out type situation.
Yeah.
If you have a grand slam opportunity, bases
are loaded.
bring up the best batter, or if somebody's just on a hot streak, somebody's batting really well against this particular pitcher. Yeah, send them up again.
Yeah,
So
you in theory you could have somebody bat back to back. Because either you put them up first and then they do whatever, and then they have to go, and then you pull out the card and they bat again, or you can have them batting up in the lineup, get a hit, and then bring them back.
Bring them right back. You'd be like, yeah, this guy's figured this pitcher out. Let's get him back up there. ASAP. Let's extend a lead or whatever.
Yeah. So it creates some very interesting scenarios in the baseball world.
Yeah, and I don't mind that it's just once per game. It stops it from becoming ridiculous.
Yeah, you only get it once per game.
Yeah. So I hope the owners take this to heart and really consider making this a viable thing. I think they need to workshop the name. But other than that, so they should steal what the Savannah Bananas use. Savannah Bananas, we've talked about them before on the podcast a long time ago. They have the golden batter rule, which is same thing, just not as wordy. Golden at bat. I like golden batter.
Golden batter? Okay.
Or what about like the big bat bonus?
Yeah, I don't know. So I know
There's
you
gotta
like
be
your
some-
alliteration.
I like the alliteration, yeah.
I wish it wasn't taken up by hockey, but I would like power play or something. Something.
Why don't they just do that then?
Because
Call it the power bat.
Power bat.
Yeah.
Power drive.
The power. Yeah. But like something catchier than golden at bat.
Yeah, they got to workshop the name. I don't like the name.
But I actually love the concept and I don't mind it. Do you think it might be a little too video gamey for baseball faithful?
Yeah,
like, that's the only downside I can see.
I know, and
I can see some curmudgeonly 78-year-old be like, back in my day, we used to, I don't know what we used to do.
We followed the lineup.
Yeah,
we followed the
and
order.
Every player on the field could pitch and catch and bat, and you played three ways, and
we followed the order.
What? The order?
The order. I don't know why he's really deep south.
I don't know why. Yeah.
This guy's he came straight from the cornfields.
Right. He's batting with a corn stalk is what it is.
The order.
But yeah, do you think you could see some really old baseball faithful being
I don't know. I think it's going to depend on how desperate baseball is to pull in more younger viewers. I feel like this is directed at video gamers. This is, like you said, it feels like a cheat code.
It does. It's fun. I could see a lot of pomp and circumstance around it. You could have flashy visuals on, the giant jumbotron. You play special music. It's the power bat. I don't know. The lights go out in the state. I don't know. It's fanfare. Anything.
You really could do it for the home. I don't. What do you do for the away team though? That kind of.
You just play a.
It's just this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have fun with it. It doesn't have to be as, I feel like just knowing the vibe of baseball faithful, I think that they have a chance to take a very curmudgeonly approach. But I think you could make it fun for the average baseball fan.
Yeah. So here's where I think where the rubber meets the road. When are they going to try? If they are serious about trying to do this, I think it's going to be interesting to see where they try this. I think they
just do it.
I think they're no. They got to do a
like a tiered approach.
Yeah, it can't happen lickety split.
This Fox Sports article mentions that the Savannah Bananas already use this, the Golden Batter. They already you have.
But that's an independent league. That's
but you can already see the mechanics of it.
I think.
What other testing do you need?
I think serious the Savannah Bananas, we love Savannah Bananas. We've covered them on the Odd News. We're big fans of them. Don't worry. We love you guys. But they are an independent league. That is kind of more show than
Yes. They're the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Major League Baseball, everybody's competing for a World Series title. I think when they got to that has to be stress tested, if you will.
I just think there's more benefits than not. I really don't see a downside. That's the thing. Because it's just once per game. If it were once per inning, or something crazy like that. But just because it's once per game, there's really no downside to doing it.
I except for the people that are going to complain that we're changing the game too much.
Yeah, but
that's going to happen.
People whined about pace of play rules and instant replay, and guess what? It makes the game better.
Yeah, but they still haven't done robo-umps yet.
Give them time.
Yeah. I think the trajectory is going to be they try it at the All-Star game.
That'd be cool.
I think that would be the first the first presentation to a national audience of what this would be.
So your 80-year-old uncle won't be thrown by it.
Yeah. And then if it gains fire at the All-Star game, then I think you can bring it for regular season play.
Yeah. I mean that's a good strategy. I'm in favor of a speedy rollout. Do it at the All-Star break. Then, during spring training the next year, start working it in. Why not? Go for it.
Well, it's got to be a gradual rollout here for the old timers of baseball.
These old,
These old
people.
It's not going to be lickety split, but it is a very interesting idea. It does create very interesting scenarios.
I think it puts a better product out on the field.
Well, so it's funny. One of the articles. I think it might have been that New York Times article. One of the articles mentioned that there's kind of a desire for Major League Baseball to ensure that, in the Super Bowl, the quarterback gets the ball.
Yeah,
you want to have the batter that everybody knows gets the last shot at redemption.
In the article I was just reading on Fox Sports, it
might have been that one.
It was the Savannah Bananas mentioned how Shohei Ohtani struck out Mike Trout.
Yeah.
In the World Baseball
Classic.
You want the 1v1 matchup. You don't want here's the best pitcher versus Bob Boberson.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that.
Right.
Everybody wants the number one ace and the big home run hitter.
Who wins?
Who wins, yeah. It puts a better product out on the field, ultimately.
All right. Well, so there you go. Mikey is in favor of baseball. Do you think baseball climbs up in the rankings with if they do something like this?
If baseball...
Look, they've done a lot of changes between this and the pitch clock.
Everything I've asked for, they've been implementing.
Yeah.
I think that of all the sports that I've actively pitched ideas to, I think baseball's listening the most. And so I really appreciate that. So if you keep listening to my advice, you may eventually earn me as a full-fledged, full-time fan.
Does Rob Manfield actually listen to our podcast?
He might. He might be checking it out every week.
Yeah.
So Robbie Rob, put some more video game power-ups in your sport. That's what it is. It's like a power-up, less like a cheat code, more like a power-up. You hit a button and you get like a hot streak, or
batting power up or something.
Yeah,
The only I don't like the golden at bat name. They gotta change that.
Too wordy.
Yeah.
Also, at bat feels weird to say.
Yeah.
Let's just steal it from the Savannah Bananas. Golden batter.
Yeah, I don't like I don't know.
No, not a fan of gold. Do you not like the word golden?
Yeah, that sounds to me like an old guy or something.
Like an old guy.
That sounds like me. I'm wearing gold. That sounds like me. I don't want gold. Yeah, I don't want an old guy.
Call it the power bat then.
Yeah, power sounds cool. The power bat or
power bat. Power drive.
Right. That sounds like
Yeah.
Oh my God, I gotta pay attention.
Gotta pay attention.
This
The
guy-
power's coming out.
This guy with a deep voice, he's telling me stuff.
Everybody always listens to the people with deep voices shouting over megaphones.
Yeah, right. I got to pay attention to him.
Scientifically proven.
Let's get to bashing buttons as well as D's nuts.
I
There
want
you go.
I want
Case in
that
point.
guy to say power bat or something. Yeah.
Power bat.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Moving along. Let's get to the Eagles game that we watched during my second Thanksgiving dinner. It was looking a little iffy in the first quarter when the Eagles went down 9-0.
Yeah.
But something with Justin Tucker this year. He is not having a good year. He's
been
missing,
really struggling.
Yeah, missing kicks, which helped the lead to be 9-0. And I don't know why. It felt more manageable than 10-0, but it's still essentially the same scoring.
Psychologically, it's the same reason that retailers price things at $9.99 because you're like, it ain't $10. Yes, it is.
Right.
Yes, it is.
But I don't know, there's something that's like working against you.
That's exactly what it is. Like, well, 9 points, a touchdown and a field goal automatically wins. 10 points, it does not.
Yes.
No, I'm serious.
Yes, thank you.
No, I mean,
I know the basic math, but
no, that's what it is. It gives you a little bit of security. Like, okay, like if worse comes to worse, we just kick a game-winning field goal, and we're done with it.
But it was so early that I don't know.
It didn't matter.
Yeah,
anyway.
it doesn't matter. I don't know.
But
it was just interesting. It felt like 9-0. It was like, oh, they can still come back. Oh,
right.
Yeah, we got time.
But that was very brief feeling because the Eagles quickly came storming back in the second quarter, as they do. And they kept the pressure on the Ravens the rest of the time to ultimately win 24-19. And I think one of the most convincing wins for any remaining doubters out there that the Eagles are the real deal. I think the Baltimore Ravens were one of the teams that we circled on the schedule. At the beginning of the year, we're like, that's a loss. In the middle of the year, we go, that's a loss. And coming into the week, you picked against them.
Yep. But it all worked out because I don't know anything about what the Ravens. I literally been dead wrong about the Ravens this whole season. So it worked out beautifully. My plan worked.
Your plan worked.
I picked the Ravens so the Eagles would win. Perfect.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. That was very
mind
kind of you.
games.
That's right.
Mind games here.
But yeah, I think, everybody's been hailing the Ravens as one of the best teams, which their record kind of doesn't suggest that, especially now with an extra loss in the loss column. And the Eagles struggled, but they still found a way to win. The defense, again, I think single-handedly won that game.
Yeah. This defense is winning games.
I mean, let's talk about Cooper DeJean's solo open field tackle on Derrick. I know Derrick Henry had just caught a pass. He was just turning to look upfield, but still, like, Derrick Henry is a mountain of a man.
Yeah, that is not an easy tackle.
And Cooper DeJean picks him up and body slams him into the ground. Like, come on. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he doesn't have a full head of steam. Like, that's still impressive.
Right. It is tough to take down Derrick Henry.
How many times do you watch Eagles cornerbacks in the past go for, like, not even an arm tackle, like a hand tackle on, like, the biggest of receivers and tight ends? So
if that play was last year or the year before it, yeah.
They would somebody would have given him a shove. They'd be like, two-hand touch, tackled. Yeah. No, the fact that our corners and our safeties are willing to go up and lay the hit, like, it's such a breath of fresh air for that secondary.
Yeah. It's the defense. To me, that's the star of the show. That's the thing that has really been the game changer. And the Eagles are just on this massive winning streak right now. Everything's looking good for this team. I mean, I see you do have the big question here, and I guess
I do have a question here.
Yeah, is it time to ask again about Jalen Hurts?
You are not the guy. You're not capable of being the guy. I had a guy, but now I don't. You are not the guy.
Is he the guy, Mike? Because I don't know. I'm having a feeling you're going to say no.
Well, I'll give you a number. You tell me if this makes sense. Actually, I'll give you two numbers. One number is 118. The other number is 32. Do you know what those two numbers are?
118 total passing yards.
Those are the total passing yards for Jalen Hurts, and 32 is the Ravens' pass defense before heading into that game. Maybe it wasn't 32 exact, but it was damn close enough. I think it was in the low 20s. The point being, should we not have had more success passing the ball against one of the worst passing defenses than we did, and is there any concern?
Yes. I'm worried a little bit here. The injuries are going to start stacking up here. Losing Dallas Goedert possibly for a couple weeks with a sprain.
Yeah, he's done for a couple weeks minimum.
Oof.
They're talking short-term IR kind of injury.
That's rough considering they're already losing Devonta Smith.
Is week to week he's been just like nebulous hamstring questionable. So,
and I'd have to imagine going up against the Panthers next week, they're not going to activate him either. You're not going to want him to re-aggravate an injury against a Panthers team. So right there, he's down 2 of the big receiving threats.
And we've seen in previous weeks when he's down just one guy, the passing game takes a hit. The past few weeks without Devonta Smith, Jalen Hurts hasn't been passing as confidently, as successfully. And, like, it's ridiculous because I see this refrain online a lot where people are like, well, we just run with Saquon and we're going to do that until they can stop him, and nobody's been able to stop him yet. Yeah, but the dude is still mortal.
Yeah.
Like, I know we're like, oh, he's going to break Eric Dickerson's single-season rushing record. Cool.
No.
Awesome. Fine. Chant MVP all you want. All it takes is one bad hit.
Yep.
And then we're 10-7 to finish the year. You know? Like, if we go out there and Saquon Barkley isn't in the lineup, you think 118 passing yards is enough to beat any NFL team?
Nope. And to me, in this game, I noticed he is targeting A.J. Brown way too much.
A lot. He always did. He always did, though.
Yeah.
This has always been the weakness.
Yeah. They got to figure out a way to spread the ball around. It's too much. I know A.J. Brown is the receiving superstar, and I know I've said it before that a lot of people say that, you know, when you have an elite wide receiver, when you have a top 5 wide receiver, you do throw it to him a lot. You'd rather go with him on double coverage than you would on some other receivers on single coverage.
But consider, I know where you're going with this. A.J. Brown had 5 catches. The rest of the Eagles receivers together had 1.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
No.
I don't care how you want to dice it up. Like, I think that's the point that you're getting at, is that teams know they just got to stop that one guy.
Yeah.
When Devonta Smith is not in the lineup, or vice versa, if A.J. Brown isn't in the lineup, you just got to stop that one guy because he's not going to look
triple coverage him.
Yeah, because he's not going to look at the others.
Triple coverage him and put people in the box.
Yeah.
And then leave everybody else on single man and zone.
Yeah. The other Eagles receivers combined for 1 reception and 7 yards.
Yeah, that's not going to get the job done.
You cannot win. I know that we are right now, but you cannot win games in the NFL playing like that every week.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been saying for weeks. I love the win streak. It's awesome. But
to me, it's the defense that's taking the step up.
Yes. Yeah. The defense is legitimately a terrifying unit right now for other teams to go up against. Between the pass rush, the linebackers, which all of a sudden, like, they're really good. Like, out of nowhere, we just, like, dumb lucked our way into good linebackers. And then the secondary, 2 rookie corners.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, if they weren't rookies, they'd probably be getting a lot of Pro Bowl looks right now. You know?
Yeah. All right. So there you go. The Eagles do win, but we do have some concerns with this team as they go to their next game with the Panthers, which I think is a good transition into predictions, which is our fantastic 4-picture. Ready, Mike?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. The train is rolling with the fantastic 4 picks. What game do you want to talk about first, Mikey?
All right, well, first off, I'm pitching it right back to you because it's your pick of the week, a battle of the NFC North. We have the Green Bay Packers traveling to the Detroit Lions, the best team in the NFC currently. It's a Thursday night game, so if you're listening to the podcast, go check it out quickly. But, Rich, who do you like? These 2 teams are so incredibly evenly matched statistically. How do you figure it out?
Yes, so this is my pick of the week. Usually in a situation like this, you would say, oh, Rich is going to go against the away team on a short week, but there are things to consider here. The Packers and the Lions played on Thanksgiving, so this is not a short week for them. This is a full week that they've had.
Yeah.
All right? So throw that logic out the window. And for them having a full week, they still had a full week, The Lions defensive line, I think they're up to 3 guys that are on the do not practice list.
Oof.
That doesn't sound good to me because Jordan Love's main weakness is when he's under pressure. So you're telling me the Lions are facing this game with a hot Jordan Love and they may not be able to get 100% of the pressure that they're used to? That sounds a little dicey to me. The Packers are the underdog here, so they're getting the points in this. They're getting 3 to 3.5. If you can get the hook, make sure you do that. And this is their second meeting. Their first meeting, the Lions won. The Packers, usually we say when it's a divisional matchup, they split usually.
Yep.
I think that happens here. And finally, this is a must-win game for the Packers because if the Packers, basically it comes to this, if the Packers win the game, the NFC North is a toss-up between Detroit, Green Bay, and Minnesota. It's going to be chaos. If the Packers lose, they are out of the running for the division. They're fighting for their lives in the wild card standings, which, by the way, they don't have actually good tiebreakers. They lost to Detroit. They lost to Minnesota. And they have a couple of conference losses. So this is really the difference between battling for the division or fighting for the scraps in the wild card, which they may not get a fair chance at in the wild card standings. I'm going with that. This is a must-win for the Packers. They're getting points. I like it. Go Packers. I'm going with them as my pick of the week.
Yeah, and you really sold everyone. I didn't need that much selling, though, because I do like the underdog Packers here. I think that there's a certain weight and a certain expectation that comes along with winning that many games in a row like the Lions have. And at a certain point, I know from watching the Eagles be in that position very many times in my lifetime, eventually they have a weird matchup where it just gets the better of them. And I'm getting that vibe here with the Packers and the Lions. The last time around, the Lions only won by 10. They've been blowing out opponents recently, so I can see that trend coming to an end here against a division rival. Like you said, Green Bay, this is a must-win for them if they want to stay alive in the division, just stay alive in general. They could very well miss the playoffs if they lose this game and some of those other teams sneak up on them. I like the Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love is playing really well. My only concern, Jacobs is questionable, but if they get him back in the lineup, then they could really do some damage here against Detroit.
Yep, I agree.
Next up, we have a battle for the NFC West. Talk about a division that is completely up in the air. We have the Seattle Seahawks traveling to the Cardinals. Traveling to Arizona to face off against the Cardinals. This entire division only separated by, I think it's 2 games between first and last place. Rich, what's going on in the West?
Yeah, this is a crazy division to fight for. But I got to say this, I think we actually had this before for one of the Fantastic Four picks.
Yeah, just 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and I'm going to go with the same logic. I really feel like the Seahawks are your more consistent team. The Arizona Cardinals...
they won last time.
They won, but the Seahawks, they have been putting together a very significant front on the defensive side of the ball. I want to believe in Kyler Murray, but I just don't know. I still just don't know. I'm not 100% sure in him yet. So with that in mind, I'm going to go with Seahawks and Geno Smith. I mean, he's just been quiet, nose to the grindstone, trying to work his way to redeeming himself with this team. So I'm going to go with Seahawks in this one.
Yeah, last time I picked the Cardinals, I didn't believe that the Seahawks had what it took to win. And part of me wants to do the opposite here and take the Seahawks on the road, just like it took Arizona on the road. But then the other part of me sees that Geno Smith is step for step, touchdowns and interceptions. He's turning the ball over a lot. I know he's trying to turn things around. But for some reason, I just don't feel it. I'm picking on vibes alone this week.
Oh, whoa, okay.
And the vibe for
going risky.
Yeah, I'm going risky. So I am going to go with the home team Cardinals in this one. I don't really.
That should be a good game, though.
It should be a good game. It should be a close game. That Western division is always really, really tight games.
Yeah, and who would have thought the 49ers would be the one kind of looking out?
Yeah,
I think they might be done.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm going with the Cardinals.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Seahawks won the last matchup, I think. Yeah, they won the last one. So the Cardinals will win this one.
If you're going to believe in the split game logic, yeah.
I'm very confused. Anyway, picking the Cardinals. Next up, we have an AFC West division rivalry. The LA Chargers traveling to Kansas City to face off against the Chiefs. That is the Sunday night game. Rich, who do you like in this one?
Yeah, this one I think you still got to give the edge to the Chiefs. I mean, they just keep finding ways to win. This is a primetime game, you know. Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, they show up when it's the primetime games as well. Although I will say, I think it's going to be a close game. I think it'll be a fun game to watch. I definitely wouldn't put any significant money on this game because the Chargers are a very formidable team. And Jim Harbaugh has done a great job just turning that franchise around. They are a playoff team. They're going to be coming back around. Keep an eye on them when they are in the wild card round. But for this, I think you still have to give the edge to the Chiefs.
Yeah, it's always really hard to pick against the Chiefs just in general. They're that kind of team. Patrick Mahomes has not been as automatic and successful this year as he has in the past. You contrast that with Justin Herbert, who's only thrown one interception. I'm seeing this just now. Yeah. Despite that, though, the Chiefs are just a better team. They're more experienced. They've been here before. Andy Reid, I think probably the best coach in NFL history. I know people want to say Bill Belichick. I think it's Andy Reid, honestly. I think he's done it longer. And
they pull off a three-peat. Yeah, you can't deny that.
Yeah. So I'm still going to go with the Chiefs because they keep finding ways to win. I mean, they've not been perfect, but they always win. So, and if not, the refs will bail them out. And finally, we have our very own hometown Philadelphia Eagles playing host to the dreadful Carolina Panthers. Rich.
Oh, I don't know if you want to use those language, that word, because, I mean, the Panthers, they actually have been trying to put things together recently.
I'm going to go out on a limb here. Can you say it with me? Trap game.
But are you going to outright pick the Panthers?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Are you serious?
The Eagles are down 2 receiving weapons. They are down multiple defenders in Brandon Graham and Reed Blankenship. They're flying high. They're like, man, we're the best. We just stomped the Ravens. Nobody can beat us. Oh, look, we got Pittsburgh, an in-state rival, coming up. Another great team in the NFL in a few weeks. Everyone is completely overlooking this game. And I'll just say this, the Panthers, whether it's garbage time, scoring streaks or whatever, they've taken 2 of the last 3 to overtime. And they only lost to Kansas City by a field goal. They're not as far off from winning games as people like to pretend. I mean, just going past the past few games, lost 23-22, or no, they won 23-22 against the Saints. They beat the Giants in overtime, lost to Kansas City by 3, lost to Tampa Bay in overtime. They're right there. The Eagles have injuries. They have ego. They're looking forward to the Steelers. Sure, why not? I'm going to take the Panthers.
Wow.
I mean,
all right.
I'm doing it so the Eagles will win.
Oh, very good.
But I'm still picking the Panthers.
Yeah, no, I think Eagles win. But I will say the point spread, no. I will not buy that
12.
point spread. No, I don't like that point
That's
spread
insane.
at all. I would take Panthers plus the points.
The Eagles don't blow out opponents.
Not really. Unless it's like really random stuff.
We had one against Dallas because they're our rival and we want to stomp them. But other than that, we don't really blow them out of the water.
Yeah. So if you have to play that game, I would say Panthers plus the points. But I still think the Eagles win that game. That's bold, though, Mike.
This is their currently, 8-game win streak. This is the 3rd longest streak in franchise history.
They're just due.
It's gambler's fallacy. They're due for a loss. Come on, baby. If I keep betting black, eventually it'll hit. I am such a sucker for that. I'm like, it's going to come up.
All right, well.
Don't take me to the roulette wheel.
Yeah. Well, see, maybe you might be onto something, You might need to sprinkle some money on the money line then, if you believe that way. Because, if it's a 12-point line, they got to be getting at least 2 or 3 to 1 odds.
Actually, we have something else to talk about during the break then, because I might want to do that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll hit you up to discuss the money line odds. But for right now, we got to take a break and leave the sports realm. But don't go anywhere because we still got the entertainment entree and then the non-fortune cookie odd news when we come back from the break. Don't go anywhere. This is the Crispy Noodle Podcast. We'll be right back.
Ready for the weekend? Happy Friday. Hi, my name's Marie, and I'm an artist who's been making Happy Friday doodles every week for over 7 years. And now you can own my art collection in this Volume 1 and Volume 2 art series. These doodles span across multiple themes, yearly festivities, various countries, languages, and more. Both coffee table books have something for everyone and are the perfect conversation starter or gift for a friend. Really, anyone who enjoys a good weekend. Available on Amazon, Ingram, BookBaby, Barnes & Noble, and more. Visit happyfridaydoodles.com/books and get your copies today. Let's celebrate the best day of the week. Happy Friday.
Just a moment, you just assured me that I could speak.
Sit down inside the car. We're not assuring anything. We're under arrest.
Look, I'm under what?
Come on.
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest. Have a look at the headlock here. See that chap over there? Get your hand off my penis! This is the bloke who got me on the penis before.
Get some cups.
Why did you do this to me?
Hop in the car. Get some cups.
For what reason? What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Oh, that's a nice headlock, sir. Oh, yes. I see that you know your judo well. Good one. And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis? Now, get your hands off me.
No, we've only got one cup.
Ta-ta and farewell.
That's all right. Just get him in the car.
One cup, look. They even broke.
Oh, yeah, we're back here on the Crispy Noodle Podcast. So the money line odds on the Panthers were around plus 470, plus 480. So you're talking around like 9-2. So, yeah, you might make some money if you're feeling adventurous with that outright Panthers pick against the Eagles.
I'm just saying, either I win money or the Eagles win the game. It's a win-win.
Yeah, there you go.
You can't lose if you're me.
No, it's perfect. So we'll discuss after the show. But for right now, we need to move on away from the sports realm. We need to get to some entertainment news. So it's time for the entertainment entree.
And now, the latest in movies.
The Simpson guy writes to movies. Dear Die Hard, you rock. Especially when that guy was on the roof.
Music.
I know what that is. That's music.
Video games.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
Celebrities.
You really know Warren Beatty?
Yes, I do. I took a leak next to him once at the Golden Globes.
And more.
You were the all-singing, all-dancing crap of the world.
This is the entertainment entree.
All right, we are officially in entertainment entree territory, and we're going to kick it off with the segment where Mike is going to let you know what you should keep an eye out for this upcoming weekend with new movies, TV, and video game properties with Mike's This Week in Entertainment. All right, Mikey, what should we keep an eye out for?
All right, this week in TV, it's finally here. The new DCEU, the DCCU.
Whatever universe.
What is it supposed to be called?
I don't know.
Whatever the DC Cinematic Universe is supposed to be called under James Gunn, officially.
DC Expanded Universe, is that one of them?
I think it's DCEU technically.
Yeah, I think so.
I like DCCU. DC2U.
Isn't that Delco Community College or Community University or something?
I think it is.
Yeah. You got to go to Delco.
You got to go to Delco.
Yeah.
But you don't
I'm trying to bring you a hope for your degree.
Get a hoagie.
Hoagie with your hope.
Apparently, I say my HOs like that.
Well, apparently in Delco, it's far worse.
Yes.
And Kate Winslet even randomly mentioned it on like a 60 Minutes interview this weekend.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
I saw a clip from that.
Yeah. So there you go.
But
go back to
way,
Delco.
Yeah, go back to Delco. You don't have to go to Delco to check out the show, though. You just got to go to Max because the new show, Creature Commandos, is a new adult. Yeah, Creature Commandos is a new adult animated series premiering on Max this week. Think of it like Suicide Squad, but with monster-like people instead of people who are monsters. It's not a great concept, but it has a great voiced cast. The trailer does look interesting.
Okay, you're not really happy about this, it sounds like.
No, I'm just more confused. I don't know why they're relaunching the DC Cinematic Universe or Expanded Universe with an animated show with like D-list characters, but I guess they're going the same route that Marvel did. They're like, let's get people invested in lesser-known heroes and characters. At the time, remember, 2007, Iron Man was a nobody. And then bring everybody on board.
Okay.
But I will say that the show is doing well with critics. It's got a 79 out of 100 on Metacritic. On Rotten Tomatoes, it's got a 95%. So if you're interested in getting into the new DCEU, DCCU, whatever, go check out Creature Commandos on Max this week.
And go to Delco.
Yes. In video games, though, a new month equals new free games for PlayStation Plus subscribers. This month, gamers can get their hands on It Takes Two, a brilliant co-op-only game where each player has a separate and unique character with their own abilities, so there's really no quote-unquote player one takes control and carries the team.
Yeah.
Every level features completely new gameplay mechanics, locations, and enemies, so it's always fresh and imaginative. I've played through the game at least one full time, playing through it again, trying to do it with my brother as the other character, and it's still just as fun and creative playing the other character. So if you have not yet, go check out It Takes Two on PlayStation, and that's what we're looking forward to this week in entertainment.
All right, Mikey, thank you for that segment. Yeah, I liked the first game that they made, A Way Out.
Yeah, the Prison Break one.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Is this going to be their shtick? Like, did they ever do any other games? I don't think so.
So they did a game before A Way Out called Two Brothers or Tale of Two Brothers or something like that, which is actually a single-player game, but you play two characters at once. And no, it's a really good game.
Everything is two with this company.
Everything is two. But that was a really good game. A Way Out was fantastic.
Way Out was great. Yeah.
It Takes Two. Have you played It Takes Two?
No. So
you should definitely check it out. It's free. I think you and Rachel would love it.
Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do.
There's a highly traumatic scene in one level.
Hopefully,
it's really funny.
It's either that or she's still gonna stick by Baldur's Gate. She loves Baldur's Gate. We both love Baldur's Gate. I love Baldur's Gate too. But
I mean, both games are fantastic, and both games are great for that couch co-op experience.
Yeah.
With a friend or family or loved one. So go check out both those games. But we're sticking in the realm of games this week for the entertainment entree because PlayStation has been celebrating its 30th anniversary of just, I guess, consoles and the brand of PlayStation.
Yeah, I didn't know it was the 30th anniversary.
Yeah, it's been 30 years since the original PlayStation launched. So I figured we'd take this segment to talk about a few PlayStation headlines, and just some PlayStation memories in general.
Okay.
So to kick things off with the 30th anniversary, I thought it might be fun if we just reflected on some of our favorite PlayStation exclusives, memories, just experiences with the console and the games in general. We're both big PlayStation fans, but neither of us got our start with PlayStation.
Well, no, we're both old.
Yes. You were Nintendo.
Yes.
Through the N64.
Yes.
And I was Sega through the Genesis, and then I jumped to PlayStation because that's what my parents bought me instead of a Sega Saturn.
Oh, well, that was on its way out.
Ultimately, they made the right choice for me.
Yep. Can I know this is supposed to be a Sony segment, but actually, I just random thought was another thing I did. I forgot to mention it in the intro portion of the show. Went to Fun Dungeon in Phoenixville.
Oh, nice. That's like a bar arcade thing, right? Yeah.
Yep. And they had a working original NES system.
Wow.
And they had Duck Hunt.
Duck Hunt.
Yep. So I pulled out the light zapper.
Did you play it legit or did you cheat?
No, I was trying to hit. I was doing it
because
real.
you know the way to cheat, right?
Yeah, the light. Yeah,
it's something with like covering the light on the front of the gun or something.
No, pointing it to a light source.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, because the zapper goes by the light. The screen, for a fraction of the second, the screen turns black except for the target turns white, and the zapper determines whether or not you're zapping the white light or not.
Man,
cheat code there. There you go.
Those old games.
But I couldn't believe it still worked. Like that game is literally from what, 87 or something, 86, 87?
Yeah, thereabouts, yeah.
Yeah.
They really don't make consoles like they used to.
No. So that was a little blast from the past at Fun Dungeon in Phoenixville over the weekend.
But let's stick with this.
Anyway,
let's stick with
you mentioned Nintendo. I'm sorry.
Well, that's a great point though. Let's stick with this line of thinking though, because you were a Nintendo fan straight through the first generation of PlayStation. So you didn't actually jump to PlayStation until PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
What made the switch?
Well, the PlayStation 2, I just remember that was the one
DVD player.
Yeah. No, that was legit.
That was a big selling point.
That was a big deal.
Yeah.
Because I could bring that up to my room
and watch
and
movies,
we could watch movies.
Yeah.
We could watch like that was a big deal. I also remember that one had just more hype. It just seemed like all of the better games were on PlayStation.
What was the game? Was there a quote-unquote system seller for you? Because people always talk about like, oh, that's a system seller. Because, I've always been PlayStation, but you jumped to PlayStation.
I don't think a single game
stole
me.
Out, yeah.
No. It wasn't more of like a game stole me from Nintendo to PlayStation. It was just more of the accessibility features, the hype behind it. I also didn't. The GameCube was weird with the little tiny discs. I was like,
you didn't like the lunchbox design of the console?
Yeah, I was like, I feel like I'm going to lose my discs. I don't know. I felt like that was designed to lose.
See, he was already old back then.
Yes.
I don't like this new tiny disc. I just want a regular size
I'm
disc.
going to lose them. They're too small.
I can't see them. They're so small.
Man, what is this game? I can't tell. Mario, what? Get rid of this.
Get out of here.
No. So no, I just remember there was more hype. It seemed like, and also seemed like there was a bigger library of games, and and also it was backwards compatible.
Yeah.
So I caught up with PS1 games.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that was a huge.
You couldn't do that
selling
with
point.
Nintendo.
No, that was, I think, the two secrets to PlayStation, or three secrets to really succeeding was, one, the accessibility, like you mentioned. They pitched it as a DVD player as well, and because DVD players were so new, people were like, oh, cool, I can play video games and watch movies.
Yeah.
Like that was a very, to all the youngins out there, that was a very novel concept.
Yeah, it was great to have that in my room.
Yeah.
Like I could watch a movie without going through the main living room.
And then another big selling point that you brought up, you were sold on all their selling points. Another selling point was the fact that it was backwards compatible. It was like the first console that ever did that.
Yeah,
because
I caught up on PlayStation 1 games.
Sega to Sega Saturn to Dreamcast. All the Nintendo consoles used completely different cartridges or mediums.
Yep.
PlayStation to PlayStation 2 was the first ever backwards compatible console. So people like you are like, I don't have to worry about missing anything.
Yeah.
I can jump on board with, no FOMO whatsoever. And then the last point was just the feature set. I mean, they had so many games available for it, so many really well-known brands already baked into the system between like the Final Fantasies, and you have the Crash Bandicoots and Spyro the Dragons, like all these built-in franchises. Yes, Nintendo had their Marios and their Zeldas and stuff, but PlayStation had also developed that brand awareness by that point. So those three things came together to make it what is still the best-selling console in video game console history.
Yep.
The PlayStation 2. For me, PlayStation 1, like I remember opening that box on Christmas Day, so excited. Spyro the Dragon. Let me tell you, you've not played a bad 3D platformer until you've played Spyro the Dragon, but it was so freaking good. Back in the day, 3D platformers, there was no camera controls.
No.
The camera just went where it felt like going, and you had to hit those platforms regardless, but Spyro was just so fun. I've always loved dragons.
They tried to do
things.
They tried to do camera control in Super Mario 64.
Was it with the bumpers?
But it just no. It was with the C-pad. The
oh,
yellow
the C-pad.
The yellow controls on the left side.
Do you want to know what it was in Spyro? You used the triggers to turn the camera. I don't know which is worse, the C-pad or the triggers turning the camera. It was all bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was Crash Bandicoot and Spyro that really sold me on PlayStation, and then I never looked back.
Yeah.
But in terms of, I think, favorite PlayStation memories for me was those early games, but also just personally, the two of us, the Time Splitters games.
Yeah, love Time Splitters.
And the era of local co-op and multiplayer, like being able to sit in the same room, and Nintendo really has that space now. Like if you want good local multiplayer, Nintendo is just living in that arena. But I think at the time it was PlayStation. There were so many great local multiplayer games. Time Splitters.
At that time.
Twisted Metal. Yeah, at that time.
Because Nintendo 64 did have 4 players.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah, and
See,
GoldenEye.
Oh, yeah, you're a big GoldenEye
GoldenEye and Mario Kart 64. Oh, my God. We could waste so many hours just playing those over and over
Mario
again.
Party.
Yeah. So, I guess for that era, yeah, PlayStation 2 was on the hook, yeah.
Yeah, and also for a brief while, PlayStation 2 with online play as well. They experimented with that.
Yeah.
They were the first experimenters with that. So the point of this mini segment is just that PlayStation has a really incredible history and
30th anniversary.
30th anniversary, and
And if you haven't booted up your PlayStation 5, make sure you do it because there's a special gift.
Yeah.
Special bonus for you.
Special bonus. Yeah. Just make sure you have earplugs ready. Those boot up sounds. Those old boot up sounds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just loud stuff. But let's talk about, we talked about where PlayStation has been. Let's talk about where PlayStation is going, because along with the 30th anniversary, there's some news and some rumors. First up, the news. PlayStation 5 game streaming is coming, or has already arrived on the PlayStation Portal with no console required. This was something that people were waiting for, the option to just play games without being tethered via Wi-Fi to your console. So what this does is it allows you to stream PlayStation 5 games directly from Sony's servers to your portal. This is in beta. It's only available to PlayStation Plus premium subscribers, and there's only about 120 games to start. But this is honestly a really fantastic addition, because I was just trying it out the other day. You can just find a random PlayStation 5 game. You don't got to wait for it to download. You don't even have to go to your console. You can just be sitting in bed, pull out the portal. I feel like testing out, whatever random new game is out. I'll just stream it real quick. 5-10 minutes, decide whether you like it or not. Go to the next one. And I have to say, owning a portal and seeing the benefits of it, the quality is really, really good.
It's holding up.
It's holding up. I personally didn't notice any lag or latency streaming the PlayStation 5 games from Sony's servers. Now we're in an area that gets good internet access. So obviously, if you're in the middle of Nebraska, 1, get out. 2,
tell us how you really feel, Mike.
Nebraska, it's not as good as Oklahoma. There's no musicals about Nebraska.
Okay.
Anyway, the point is that
Mikey with the shout out against Nebraska. You don't like Nebraska.
I literally just picked a spot in the middle of the country.
Okay.
But yeah, the point being that, I don't know, for people who don't have areas with good internet access, obviously it's a completely different experience. But at least in this area, if you have good home Wi-Fi, it just really opens up the floodgates. And one of the things that it also opens up is the potential for, I don't know how big the market is there, but at least a small bit of market of people who want to play PlayStation games but don't want to commit to a now $600 Pro console or $700 Pro console. Maybe they want to spend $200 and a subscription to just stream games on the portal.
Yeah.
That is a viable, albeit I think not as full-featured solution if they want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
You could go that route, hypothetically.
Yeah. How much is it for premium? Isn't it like $150 a year or something?
I think premium is, I think it's either $120 or $150 a year. So hypothetically, if you wanted all in to get a year of PlayStation 5 streaming, it's $200 for the portal and $150 for, let's say $150 for the premium.
I mean, basically, you're trading out the cost of a console for a portable system on the go without a console. Yeah, I mean,
as long as you have good internet connection, whether that's through a mobile hotspot or Wi-Fi, preferably Wi-Fi.
I think maybe the only issue is like those big AAA games where you have really like the story is really told through the visuals, and you're like a God of War or like Horizon.
I will say, I have been, in my time with the portal, I'll play Power Wash Simulator on there. I'll play my little, Planet Coaster 2. I'll play little 2D, indie games on there. But for the God of Wars, the Spider-Man, the Horizon games, that's on the big screen.
Yeah.
I will say, you can do it. It looks great, but it is still just 8 inches of screen real estate. So if you want to be fully immersed, that's not the way to do it.
You're right.
But it does kind of suggest a potential future strategy for Sony here, because the other half of this is that there are rumors that Sony is looking to create a new handheld system to rival the Nintendo Switch. The handheld market, of course, has been growing with things like the Switch, but also smart devices in general. You also have handheld PC options from Lenovo, Asus, and Steam Deck.
Yeah, Steam Deck, yeah.
So, the mobile or the handheld market is booming, and Sony's like, hey, we want to get in there. And perhaps the portal is the testing ground of that. And from what I've seen and read online, people love the portal, and Sony loves the portal. So I think it's a very natural evolution from portal to portable or something, like actually playing games on the device itself. I feel like that's a very easy bridge to gap.
Yeah, but
gap to bridge.
But would it come out as a whole new thing, because you already have the portal console or the portal handheld device already out?
Right.
It kind of seems too soon.
That is where my thinking is that you have to either do like a Portal 2 and be like, hey, by the way, this plays games on its own now, in addition to remote play and streaming. Or you have to, it's a very tough sell if you're like, hey, you have the Portal, now get this other thing too.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be a very tough pill for people to swallow. I think if they somehow use the Portal branding and say in 2026, they're like, hey, you love the portal, look at this now.
Yeah.
If they did that, I'd be like, cool, pre-order, thank you.
Yeah, it can't be like a brand new thing, I feel like. I think that's too soon.
Yeah. I think that the keys to success for a potential handheld, and as somebody who owned a PlayStation Portable, a PSP, way, way back in the day, their failures were, one, they always used like some kind of weird proprietary storage solution. They had the weird, like, did you see the little discs in like the little plastic housing?
Again, different disc. I don't like it.
Different disc equals bad. Rich doesn't like it. Don't do different discs.
No, not good.
Do regular plain media.
The size needs to be the same.
Yes. But then with the PlayStation Vita, they also had proprietary like SD cards. You couldn't use like a regular SD card. Like they made it their own special thing. And these things absolutely kill handhelds. The thing that makes the Switch so great is the fact that it is the full console experience on the go as on the TV, and that it uses just regular micro SD cards. Like, hey, I want to store more games. You slam in a terabyte SD card, you're good to go. You don't got to buy all this extra specialty, hardware. The lack of the consistency with the Portal to the Vita, between the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, it was just so many different systems happening at once. I think if they just, like I said, stick with the Portal branding. This is a PlayStation Portal 2. It now plays its own games. Like, I feel like it's such a simple sell. They need to be consistent. And then, of course, it's a completely different market now. With the advent of digital games and streaming, I think that the Portable was just ahead of its time. I think that they tried to do like remote plays with the PlayStation 3.
Yeah, they did.
It didn't really work out. They tried to do remote play again with the PlayStation 4. It didn't work out because we were still attached to like physical media. But now that everybody's gone digital and we're so used to streaming just in our general lives, I feel like PlayStation is like it's right there.
Yeah.
Like if they just get those things, they'll just like let us use regular SD cards. Don't do any weird plastic encased discs. And keep all the features from the PlayStation Portal and just let it play its own games. That is like the trifecta of like day one purchase for big PlayStation fans like myself. Like if they did that, I would be like
all in.
All in. I'm sold. Like if you give me the same exact functionality, but then just let me download games to the device itself, sold. Done.
All right. Well, there you go, Sony. Pay attention. Pay attention to Mike.
You've already made a sale. Just do it.
He's got Rob Manfred following his advice, so there you go. Why not?
I think a lot of like executives and CEOs actually listen to this podcast and take notes from us.
All right.
Or notes of what not to do.
All right. Well, we'll find out if Sony follows that advice. But for right now, we got to end it there and go to our third and final segment, the non-fortune cookie odd news.
We've been talking about cool and its ramifications and how it applies to the hip scene. But maybe you could give us some examples now of the opposite of cool, uncool. Just exactly what is uncool?
My nipples look like milk duds.
Holy shnikes.
It's time for the non-fortune cookie odd news.
It's not of this world. I don't know exactly what it is or what it's doing, but this is not human intelligence, okay? It's not human intelligence we're facing.
How you doing? Me? I'm doing great.
Mandada bastata. I don't make this stuff up.
I'll take a pound of nuts.
That's a lot of nuts! That'll be $4, baby! You want fries with that?
I seen the celery dance across the baseball fields.
You had me at Meat Tornado.
No, go past this. Past this part. In fact, never play this again.
Okay. What does that mean?
And now it's time for the non-fortune cookie odd news.
So sit back, get everything you need to get from the kitchen. Be sure and empty the bladders. Go to the bathroom because you're in for a hell of a ride.
Woo! Odd news.
That's right, everyone. It's time for the non-fortune cookie odd news here in this segment. Rich researches the news, he reads the news, and I react to the news. He finds a weird, wacky story and keeps it hidden from me, which ensures that all of my reactions are my genuine gut reactions to hearing the story for the very first time. I don't know what's about to happen. You guys don't know what's about to happen. And even Rich doesn't know what's about to happen because these stories always take us down wacky and wild paths. And I'm ready to get started. Where are we heading to?
Yeah, it's time to go back home to Florida.
Now, who is this guy in Florida? It's Florida, and they're crazy.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's always good to return home.
Yeah. And this story involves a Raising Cane's franchise.
I love Raising Cane's.
Yeah, were you the one telling me about Raising Cane's?
Yeah, I just tried it for the first time like 3 weeks ago. They
just moved up into Pennsylvania.
Yeah, they're coming into the area.
So give me a review. What is this?
Controversial opinion. It's better than Chick-fil-A.
Whoa, yeah. That's fighting words.
I had it exactly one time. Let me have it a second time, then I'll officially crown it better than Chick-fil-A. But I'll say this for Raising Cane's. One, the chicken.
I'm on drugs again.
Yeah, is this why? You're just a drug?
No.
Drugs over there at Raising Cane's?
There's real reasons here. One, the chicken comes out piping hot. Feels like it was just pulled out of the fryer. It is crunchy, crispy, delicious. Chick-fil-A is good, but it's not quite crunchy. It's just like kind of like fast food breaded. The other thing I love about Raising Cane's is that they do like one thing, and they do that one thing really well. Like their menu is just
chicken.
Yeah. You get chicken tenders either on their own or in a roll. That's it. They don't do anything else in French fries. It's like that's all we do. Chicken and French fries.
I mean, that is something to say. Like, yeah, you just stick to it.
I love a menu like that.
Yeah.
Where it's like we do this thing and we're going to do it really, really good.
Oh, well, there you go.
So
I
like Raising Cane's. I might go there tomorrow. I might go up to they got one on 309. I'm gonna go up there.
All right. Well,
anyway, so what happened?
Do they have a? So you're gonna have to tell me. I don't know this. Do they have a special sauce?
Yeah.
What is it?
Raising Cane sauce. It's basically it is mayo and ketchup mixed together. That's what it tastes like. Yeah.
Oh.
It's like Chick-fil-A sauce, but without the barbecue-ness to it.
Okay. All right.
Oh, good for you.
I'm disappointed. I would have thought it was something.
It's tasty, but I don't know exactly what's in it. But that's the vibe I'm getting. It's like a kind of like mayo ketchup-y kind of combo.
Well,
isn't that every secret sauce? Isn't that Big Mac? Big Mac sauce is just mayo and ketchup and like one other ingredient.
And relish.
Relish.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a little more.
Chick-fil-A sauce is just
the Chick-fil-A
mayo,
sauce,
ketchup, and barbecue.
Yeah, is like the three sauces together, which
just the three sauces.
I feel is an amazing combination.
I mean, it is, but that's every time somebody's like a secret sauce or a burger sauce, it's just mayo and ketchup, or like ketchup and ranch, or like it's
Franche.
Yeah,
Franche.
All
right, no. The reason why I ask about the sauce is because we got to get back to the Florida story here.
Now, who is this guy in Florida?
It's Florida, and they're crazy.
And what did people do to the sauce?
And that is because 31-year-old Mackenzie Keeling got very upset that she did not get enough cane sauces in her order.
Don't make me issue my ultimate force! No, I'm gonna f***ing kill you, motherfucker, old style.
Yes.
That is legit.
Yes.
No, let me explain. Because when I got Raising Cane's, they only gave one sauce.
Oh, no, that's unacceptable. No.
They gave one sauce for like 4 big chicken tenders and French fries, and it was not nearly.
No.
And I think you have to pay for each extra sauce. So that is a thing.
Oh, I don't like this place now.
Because you done goofed.
How dare you? You got to give me enough sauce. I am the sauce boss. I want as much sauce as I want to swim in the sauce. What are you doing?
I agree, man. Sauce can make or break a meal.
Well, apparently Mackenzie Keeling got even more angry than I would. She went to a Raising Cane's franchise in Clearwater, Florida, where she ordered food and wanted 8 sauces. 8. Wow, she really needs sauces.
Okay, that's a lot, though.
She needs 8 cane sauces. So
that is a lot.
But you said you pay for them.
I'm looking that up right now just to double check.
Oh, wait, Mike, did you give us false information?
Yeah, so you have to Cane's sauce. Yeah, I think you have to pay per sauce.
Wow, and she ordered 8.
That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot of sauce.
Yeah, I don't like the
It's listed as an extra on their menu.
Ooh.
So I think you got to pay for it.
Okay, well, she ordered 8 sauces on the mobile pickup order. When she got the food, she became very angry when she saw that there were not 8 cane sauces in her mobile order.
No, I'm gonna fucking kill you, motherfucker, old style.
Yes. I would get angry as well, but I don't know about to this level here. Because Keeling decided to drive back to the Raising Cane's. She walked right into the restaurant, demanded to speak to a manager. The manager was the manager said that she did not order it correctly.
Oh.
Keeling said that you're wasting my time and my gas. When this exploded, Keeling then became hostile. She began yelling, disturbing staff and customers, and struck the manager with a right hook.
Oh.
Yeah, she's going full blown.
Don't make me issue my ultimate force!
Yeah.
Damn, all that over some sauce.
Yeah, this is
so. I will say though,
you need the sauce. Come on.
I will say it might annoy you quite a bit, Rich. Let me tell you. So like the main combo you get, it's called one of them that you can get. It's called the box combo. It's 4 big chicken strips. Like they're like at least like 2 or 3 inches long, right? Fries and a big slice of Texas toast. They only give you 1 tub.
Oh, yeah. Come on. You got to help me out.
Yeah.
Raising Cane's, what are you doing?
Yeah, to get 2 tubs, you got to get 6 tenders and fries and Texas toast. Like I feel like the standard should be 2 tubs. And
Yes.
then 3.
Yes.
Not 1 and 2. It should be 2 and 3.
Yes, exactly. Help us out here.
I don't condone her actions, but I will say that Raising Cane's could give an extra sauce with their combos.
Yeah.
I know that I felt like I ran out of sauce really fast.
She wasn't done there. After the right hook, she then went over to the victim's body and tried to steal her keys and lanyard. So she was actually gonna like grab her credentials and be like, "I'm getting it myself.
I'm getting my sauce.
I'm getting my sauce. Get out of my way! How dare you!"
No, I'm gonna fucking kill you, motherfucker, old style.
That's a yes.
Yes. Yeah. You need the sauce. Come on. Boy, I bet you that manager was really regretting her decision to not give her the sauce.
Yeah. Right.
Do they get charged? Is that like a thing? Do they get like? Oh my God! Do they get like inventoried on the sauce?
Probably. I mean, it is like kind of like a fast. It is like a fast casual place. So let me.
Well, guess what? Now you're getting beat up by this crazy woman.
That's the catch-22. So the manager said you didn't order the sauce correctly.
Yeah.
So I don't understand the breakdown here where I guess the person started swinging, but could she not have the manager just offered like, hey, like, you know, $5 for the 8 sauces or whatever the exchange is.
It's probably going to come down to how she ordered it, because maybe she just ordered it off of like a third-party website, like a DoorDash or something, and they only just do extra sauce and that's it, but doesn't mention I need 8 of these sauces.
Right, because a lot of times with those third-party apps, like you leave a comment, and sometimes the places don't see it or they don't acknowledge it or what have you.
So
yeah,
I think the manager I wish the manager could have seen into the future that she was going to get her ass beat because of this.
Yeah, it's not worth it. Just give them the sauce.
Yeah. She tried to tear off the victim's keys and the Cane's ID lanyard that was attached to the manager's belt.
And she was just going to go get her own sauce, literally?
Yeah.
Okay.
She then 2 Raising Cane employees ran into the back area, called 911, and made sure to note the log on the CCTV footage. So they have her dead to rights.
They got her.
She was definitely doing this.
No, I'm gonna fucking kill you, motherfucker, old style.
Keeling was arrested and booked into the county jail. She was released on a $2,500 bond. Wow. Talk about nerve.
What?
Keeling is going to plead not guilty, according to her lawyer. Yeah, she's going to. How dare you? You did not put the right amount of sauce. This is fighting words.
Apparently yeah. You're allowed to throw a punch if you don't get the right amount of sauce.
How dare you? This is America. This is Florida. You better give me my this is my right to sauce.
I am legally allowed to deck you if I don't get enough sauce.
There are few freedoms that we have.
Hey, look, Florida's a stand your ground.
Yes,
state.
I'm standing my ground for
she's
more
standing her
sauces.
ground
She was booked into the county jail, so if you're interested on the video feed, there's her mugshot. She does look a little crazy, I think. I think she could...
Just a tad bit curious.
She's got that, like...
Is that neon blue and neon pink?
Yeah, and also the root's just not done. you got to do the roots better.
You got to do... Listen to this.
I know.
Styling tips from Rich.
Rachel's
have you been watching a lot of YouTube, Rich?
Rachel's rubbing off on me.
No, I think you're a big YouTuber.
Yeah.
You love the YouTube. Oh my God, look at those roots.
Yes. But there's
no,
just...
I mean, you're right, though.
There's definitely something...
You're 100%
little
right.
off on this mugshot.
Yeah.
She also kind of looks slightly happy. If you look to the sides of her lip.
That's a little bit of a smirk.
Yeah.
She's like, that's right.
I'm going to get away with this. I'm going to file not guilty. I'm going for this.
She's like, yeah, that's right. I punched somebody over some sauce.
Yeah. Take that, you bitch.
So, wow. So let me ask you this. Okay. So you said you're the sauce boss. You're a sauce guy. But you'd never hit anybody over sauce, would you?
No. That's ridiculous levels. And certainly I would not want to waste $2,500 on my bond.
Yeah, she could have just paid $5.
If I'm going to waste $2,500, I want $2,500 worth of sauce.
You just go to the supermarket and take the entire sauce and condiment aisle. You're like, thank you.
Here's a couple fuzzles for you.
A couple fuzzles.
Call it even, all right?
You just toss some money on the register. Like, there you go.
There you go. I need all this sauce.
Keep the change.
Yes. All right. Speaking of sauces and fast food, did you hear the McRib's back?
You know, I still to this day have never had a McRib.
What?
No, I've never had a McRib. What is what is it? It's just meat gelatin in the shape of fake ribs.
It's a wonderful mystery meat.
But what is it though?
It's mystery meat. You don't ask questions on that. What you do ask questions on.
Is it edible?
Yes. And it's just covered in barbecue sauce. McDonald's knows the right way to do this.
But is it good?
Yes. Because you just taste barbecue sauce.
Oh God. So tomorrow, do I have to go to both Raising Cane's and McDonald's? Wait, when is the McRib back?
I think today. I think it actually came
today?
out. Yeah, the 3rd. Yeah, it came out today. Well, we record this on the 3rd, so I think
is it
today.
Going to stay back?
No, it's always a limited time offer.
Wait, is it gone tomorrow already?
No, I think it'll be probably like a month. They usually give it. But anyway, the whole point of this is that they also sell the McRib barbecue sauce.
Oh, separately?
Yeah, and they're doing it for like a special this year that like it's available in like a gallon tub. And I'm kind of half tempted to get it.
A gallon tub?
Yeah.
You're going to die. Don't do that. A gallon of barbecue sauce made by McDonald's?
Yeah.
That sounds like what they write on your epitaph. Here lies richly big, a gallon of barbecue sauce from McDonald's later.
He loved his barbecue sauce.
The McRib's not that bad. It's only 520 calories according to McDonald's website.
Yeah.
It's got it's the McRib pork patty.
This cannot be made good. It's shameful. It's a shameful, shameful day.
Yes. So,
oh man.
If I'm going to blow $2,500, I'm not doing it on bail. I'm doing it on the barbecue sauce from McDonald's for the McRib, and then whatever this Raising Cane sauce is.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm on the McDonald's website right now, and it looks like a scrumptious-looking sandwich. They even have, in the photo, they have like a dollop of sauce that fell off the sandwich.
Oh, nice.
Like they intentionally put like a little drop, like to show you that it's dripping with sauce.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that sounds good.
Oh,
well, it was very erotic. Yes, indeed. It was erotic.
Yeah.
You're having a moment over there thinking about the sauce.
Oh, yeah. That's why it's a gallon of sauce I need.
Oh, my God.
That was a bit of a nastiness last night, yes? Some very extreme nastiness, yes? Yes.
Yes. The crazy thing is, he's not kidding. Like, I know for a fact he's not kidding. Like, he at one point will buy that gallon of barbecue sauce.
I'm tempted. I'm very tempted.
Do you remember Phil's? I mean, Phil's is still a thing.
Yeah.
The tavern.
Yeah,
right there,
you make it sound like it died.
No, but we
Right
used to go there all the time. And you used to order the barbecue burger with like.
I still do.
You still do?
Yeah, with extra
you
barbecue
still
sauce.
get the extra,
Yeah.
extra barbecue sauce.
I want the barbecue
Because it's not enough.
sauce.
It's
Yeah.
not enough.
Yeah, especially when you get like French fries or onion rings on the side. Yeah, I want to dip that.
Yeah.
I want to dip those bastards in some barbecue sauce.
The point that I'm making,
I want to
guys,
dip those some bitches in some barbecue sauce.
He is dead serious.
Yeah.
There is a not insignificant chance that he will purchase that gallon of barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
Where do you keep a gallon of barbecue? You just put it in the fridge next to the milk?
I guess you're gonna have
that's
to if you open it
because it's huge.
Yeah, I didn't think about storage.
You're like, oh, I could go for some barbecue sauce. You open your entire gallon. You pour out your little bit, or for you, a lot of bit of barbecue sauce, but then you still have at least half a gallon when you're done with it.
Shoot. Yeah, I may not have the storage capabilities for this.
You should still do it, though. Make ribs. Make actual
Whole
ribs.
Bunch of ribs.
Make actual ribs with the McDonald's McRib sauce.
We just had a week of turkey. We're having a week of ribs now.
Hey, man, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, I don't think Rachel would approve of that. But there you go. That is the odd news from Raising Cane's in Florida.
I got to get me a McRib and some
now
Raising Cane's.
now you learn. You got to get a McRib. What the hell have you been doing with your life, Mikey?
I don't know, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got to change that at some point. We'll head to McDonald's and change that.
Yes. I'm actively trying to order McDonald's.
Oh, you're just going to do it now.
I mean, maybe not right this second, but probably tomorrow.
Okay.
I might try to get a McRib.
Yeah, it's getting late. I don't know if McDonald's around here is still open, so I think that's the ultimate sign that we need to start wrapping up. McDonald's is closed down. We gotta.
That's the sign.
That's the sign. The golden arches went off. It's time to wrap up the podcast and conclude this episode. So before we do that, thank you guys for listening and watching our crazy, ridiculous little show. If you like what you heard, make sure you go to our website, thecrispynoodle.com. Make sure you follow us on all the social media, Hubbabaloo. But most importantly, make sure you have a way to get the podcast sent to you every week. Two main ways to do that. First one is on YouTube. Go to our YouTube account, Crispy Noodle Podcast, and hit that subscribe button so that you get the video podcast sent to you when it gets released every week. Second main way to do it is on Spotify. We put the video podcast up on Spotify. But also on Spotify, you can listen to us in the background and listen to us as an audio-only podcast. And if you have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay or Bluetooth, you can take us on the go with you using Spotify on the go. So when you're driving on your way to the McRib, you can listen to us as you go through the drive-through and enjoy your tasty meal.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, that's for me.
Say yes. Damn it, Mike!
There's so many ways to check out the Crispy Noodle Podcast.
You are going to have a McRib, and you're going to love it, mister.
Absolutely, and while you're getting your McRib, you can also get in touch with us individually to tell us how much you love the McRib and the Crispy Noodle Podcast by finding us individually on X, formerly known as Twitter, where you can send us your sports entertainment or odd news stories. I'm at Mikey Costanzo, MikeyCostanzo.
And I'm at Rich Liebig, RichLiebig. Let us know what's happening on Twitter, and we'll go from there. Any odd news stories, make sure it comes to me so that Mikey doesn't see it. But for right now, let's wrap this up before the Golden Arches lights turn off here here in Ambler. That'll do it. We'll see you guys next week.
See you guys
later. Bye-bye, all you fine peoples. Good night.
Some of us have great stories, pretty stories that take place at lakes with boats and friends and noodle salad. A lot of people, that's their story. Good times, noodle salad.